Hey guys, it's Gorizard here, and since we've already covered the Godzilla movies in my collection, we're gonna move on to the Gamera collection. And first, we're gonna start off with a little nostalgia trip. Sorry. So, with the Alpha video releases, these were released around 2003, and they were like $6 a pop. So yeah, they were pretty cheap, and the reason why they were cheap was because they were produced from cheap sources. So these were like public domain, full screen, cropped, pan and scan versions, which explains why they were so cheap. But I don't understand why the artwork looks so badass, but you know the actual presentation is cheap. These are actually in working condition. I just never bothered to rewatch the Alpha DVDs because I already have the HD version, so it doesn't make sense to pop in the poorly presented versions. I don't know why I put this one in a blockbuster case. Same with Attack of the Monsters. It's also in the blockbuster case. I did not buy this one and the last one from Blockbuster. Just out of nowhere, I decided to replace the original case with the Blockbuster case, and I forgot why. Now we're moving on to the Shout Factory DVDs. It comes with a little booklet there. The reason why I'm doing all the Gamera films into one video is because, you know, the Gamera franchise, unlike the Godzilla franchise, they've managed to get official releases here in the United States on VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray before the Godzilla franchise managed to. And what I mean by that is that most of the Showa films weren't available on DVD and Blu-ray until like much later, so Gamera managed to beat them to it. And since there's not much titles in the Gamera franchise anyway, I'm able to cover all of them in one single video. To this day, I've only seen Super Monster the one time. That's not a movie I'm eager to rewatch unless I really have to. One day I'll review it and then I'll be forced to rewatch it. And the only bootleg DVD that I ever gotten of the Gamera films was this one. I got this from ioffer.com, and it's basically a widescreen version of the American recut of Gamera the Invincible. And I kind of regret getting this one because there's an HD version of the American cut on Amazon. And since I have Amazon Prime, I can watch it for free. But yeah, here's a very low quality version. This was a VHS rip that was burned onto a DVD-R, so, well, now I have it. For a lot of you 90s babies, many of you are going to remember this. Yeah, we're getting into the Heisei films now. I got this around 2007 for Christmas, and wouldn't you know it, this was the last copy that my local Fry's Electronics store had. And at that point, I hadn't seen Revenge of Iris yet. I had already seen the first two Heisei films, but yeah, part of the reason why I wanted to get the set was because it had Revenge of Iris, and for some reason they stopped selling the individual DVD for Revenge of Iris. I never got around to actually getting the DVD separately, but yeah, at the time I already had the copies for the first two Gamera movies, which I don't have anymore. I gave them to a friend because at the time, you know, I got these ones. For Attack of Legion, the Lake Texarkana Redneck Dub is slightly different on this release. If you have the original individual DVD release, and you'll notice it's kind of different from this one a little bit. You know, there's some minor tweaks with certain voices here and there. Like, perfect example, the dude with the glasses in the original version of the Redneck Dub, he says, "Oh, but my English is terrible." In this version that comes with the box set, he says, "Oh, but what about Mardi Gras?" You know, it's minor alterations like that that differ from the version of the Redneck that's on here and that's on the original DVD release. I guess there's no way to distinguish which version is the slightly altered version, you know, because both cases look exactly the same. So I guess it's a situation where you needed luck to get it. Virus. And I also managed to get the UK DVD release of Guardian of the Universe. The reason why I got this copy is because there's an alternative English dub version that was produced by some British company. And the dialogue, the dubbing is good. The only issue is that they replace Ko Otani's excellent musical score with techno music. Yeah, this is the, I guess they call it the special edition version. Anyways, it's released by Play Nation. I think this was given on some sort of, to subscribers, to whoever subscribed to some certain magazine. Anyways, yeah, this version was a thing. It's terrible because of the music. The actual English dubbing is not so bad. It's very British, you know, classy British, but yeah, when it comes to the two English dubs, I prefer the American version from ADV Films. Now we're getting into the Blu-rays. Again, we're going with the Mill Creek versions. I gotta say, I'm not a fan of this artwork for the American Blu-ray for Guardian of the Universe and Revenge of Advent of Legion, Saturn Legion. And here's my American Blu-ray for Gamera the Brave. They don't sell this copy anymore, so I was fortunate enough to get it before it went out of print. Unfortunately, on this release, the English dub is out of sync. I don't know if Tokyo Shock was made aware of it, but unfortunately, it seemed like a situation where they never fixed it. So yeah, unfortunately, I have to watch the Japanese version. The only bootlegged Blu-ray, the Showa Gamera films that I got from VS was Gauss. Mainly because Gauss is my favorite film from the Showa era. So I felt like, yeah, it was worth it to get, you know, the bootleg version. This was way before Mill Creek released the Blu-ray version. They both actually kind of look the same. I recently did a comparison with this Blu-ray and the Mill Creek Blu-ray. They both look the same. And the subtitles are the same too. So there you have it. That was my very short video collection of the Gamera films that I own. Next, I'm not sure what we'll cover. I'm still undecided. For now, I'll leave it be a mystery and a surprise for next time. But for now, you know, I hope you enjoyed my Gamera collection, and I'll see you next time.